for today, for our media demonstration video, I'm going to show you how to use some markers to finish this drawing of Poseidon. Poseidon is the Greek god of the sea. He is known also for causing storms and earthquakes, and his nickname is even Earth Shaker. So he's a really interesting character. I like drawing him because he's got so many cool lines and there's interesting colors and things going on. That's really why I choose a lot of my art lessons, is if they just have the right combination of interesting lines and colors, and also the subject matter sometimes. But I think that this is a really interesting character. So you can see that he is in the ocean and the water is going whoosh, it's whooshing up around him. And so for this drawing today, I just wanted to say I have my markers lined up. You can see I tried to get as many shades of blue as I could. I even have seafoam green, and this is sort of it's called graphic green, so it's kind of a different shade of green. But these are going to be fun to use to create the ocean water and the different things. But I also have some different colors today of skin tone. I just wanted to say that the multicultural markers are great for skin tones, because we're going to be putting this on his face and his arm and his hand today. Also, I have a gray for some outlining if we need it. His hair is usually portrayed as kind of a whitish gray. And then for the background, I have some brighter colors. I chose orange and yellow because those are complementary colors with blue and purple. And so they should look good side by side. And I'll talk more about that later. And I have this extra one. This is kind of like a yellowish tone. This might be good in some areas as well. So long story short, I've got my markers lined up. You can always use whatever colors you want. You don't have to use the colors I'm suggesting, but I'm just showing you how you can kind of decide ahead of time what kind of colors you want to use and just get them out and get them ready to go. I think it's a really good idea to be prepared for your art lessons and to kind of have an idea ahead of time what you want to try to do. Now guys, if you want a magnet, I've been mailing these out. I see people liking stuff. I see people commenting and telling me in class that they liked it, and that is what it takes to get one of these magnets mailed to you with a personal note from me saying thank you. So really, I can't thank you enough, guys. It means a lot to me. It helps my business, it helps me, and it helps me continue to bring programming to you guys like this so that we can continue to draw and have fun together. All right, guys, without further ado, my favorite word, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so today, as I said, we're using markers, and I have them all lined up here, and that's just so I have sort of a plan ahead of time. And I'm going to brush all the dust off of there just to make sure I don't have anything underneath my paper. Sometimes if there's something under your paper, it will put a little bump on in your drawing, so we don't want to do that. All right, so Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea, he is a character. He is known for having a really bad temper. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add sort of this darker color, and I'm going to keep it on the left side of his face. And I'm going to do the same thing on the left side of his arm. And you notice how I'm using my marker in a way that kind of goes in the direction of the line. So even though his arm is going up and down, my lines are curving a little to show the muscles, right? I'm not going up and down and back and forth. I'm not scribbling. But what I am doing is I'm helping show off the lines with a little bit of coloring that goes in the same direction. All right. I'm also going to put a little bit of this here and a little in this area. These are shadowy spots, and it makes sense for there to be a shadow. So that's a nice color. I really like that color. This one is a little bit lighter, and it's always good to have a piece of paper handy for testing your colors. I know I talk about this a lot, but I can't say it enough, guys. So this is the first color that we used, okay? This nice sort of deep sort of tan color. This is another one. Look at how much lighter that is, okay? And then this is another one still. I want to see how they compare. So this one is more the color I want to go with. And that's just my personal choice. But now that I've tested my colors, I know what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of these other spaces on his face. And I just want you to notice, guys, I'm not scribbling. And I know we've talked about that. Scribbling can really be distracting. What happens when you're coloring is you're helping other people's eyes see and understand what they're looking at. Meaning, yes, they can see it, but when you color it neatly and you color kind of in a way that helps show off the lines of your drawing, what happens is when people look at it, they can see it immediately and they can say, oh wow, that's cool. Those are clearly his muscles and those are his fingers and that's his face. And so it just helps a lot to color in a way that helps show off your drawing. Okay, and so here's what I've done. I've got a little shading now on his arm, a little shading on his face. There's no other skin tone going on in this drawing today, so I can just set these aside for now and move on to another color. So I'm going to do this in time lapse, and then we're going to come back and do a conclusion. Remember, you can always use whatever supplies you have at home. If you'd rather use colored pencils, if you'd rather use oil pastels, or even watercolor paint, it's all good. But for this week, I'm hoping you're going to try using the markers. And I just saw a spot I missed, so I'm going to go back and touch that up. All right, guys, here we go. Guys, so as you can see, I have all these cool colors going on here. There's a lot of things you can add to this type of drawing if you want to. I'm adding a little more yellow here and there. As you can see, I've put some yellow up here into the orange just to kind of give it a little bit more of a starburst or sunburst effect. Even how you use the marker, you can see how I did it. Like I colored so that it came out like not exactly like sun rays, but kind of just sort of like a interesting pattern for the background. Also, I've used lots of blues and greens in the water because I really wanted to see that, and I used the bright orange in the background because I wanted it to have that contrast. But of course you can use whatever colors you want, and I did do some areas in all gray, as you can see here. In other areas I just did some to let some of that white show through, and this is something you can decide for yourself how much or how little of this gray you want. But even if you leave his hair all white, you still need to do some outlining in gray so that we can see it, meaning like the detail, so it doesn't look unfinished. Well, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. We are going to be taking a break for spring break, but when we come back, we're going to draw a dinosaur, and that is going to be really fun too. So until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day today and a great spring break, and I will just see you next time, friends. Bye.